Well, I knew that I wanted to get into birth when I was like 13. Super young, I just felt really clear that that's what I wanted to do. And I remember seeing a birth on TV, and it wasn't one of those scary ones in the movies where, someone's like on their back in the hospital bed. She actually like gave birth in a forest because there was like a car accident and she was like stranded. I don't know why. It was so inspiring, like to see her give birth on TV. And I didn't realize how like birth could be something other than what I saw in the movies. Even though this was like a scripted scene, I was like, that's kind of cool. And I got really into it. And so I did a doula training and I delivered. So I didn't deliver, but I caught the first baby into my hands when I was 16. I started attending births for all of my friends who were pregnant in high school. And I just, continued, and then I started my midwifery training, and I'm just a student midwife right now. I took a pause to have my 2 baby boys. But yeah, so basically I have found after supporting, it's been 15 years, maybe almost 16, of supporting families through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum, that all of the mamas that had unmedicated births, that felt positive about their birth, that were able to avoid tearing during birth, followed these same 5 steps. And so I basically did a little research looking back into all of the things that they did to prepare. And I used that to create something that I like to call the peaceful birth method. And that's my 5-step process that I created to support families in feeling confident and prepared for birth. It doesn't matter if you're planning an epidural, it doesn't matter if you're planning a home birth, the location of your birth and all those details really don't matter. What matters to me is that as many families have more peaceful experiences as possible, where they're feeling informed and confident every step of the way. And I found that a balance of evidence-based education and resources is helpful, in addition to having emotional support and mental preparation. And combining those 2 together is really the sweet spot. And so that's what I offer. I often do calls with moms that come to me to explore if they want to join my coaching program. And a lot of the time, what I find is that the mamas that are really struggling with fear have a fear around pain. Also fear around being in the unknown, going through an experience where they don't really understand all of the options available to them, how to decline, how to advocate. They know that their friends have had negative experiences and they want a positive experience. Often what I find is that the mom really has a desire to have an experience that's positive, and she has this call to give her baby this peaceful entrance into the world, but doesn't have any sort of roadmap around how to support her in having that kind of experience, because we see this normalization of, people and women giving birth kind of feeling out of control and things are happening to them, perpetuating this narrative birth is one of these this a very painful experience where you're out of control and other people need to save you. What I like to support families with, especially when it comes to those fears around pain, around feeling in control or feeling like they have agency and respect, is helping them recognize the truth, which is that your body was made to do this. And most of the time you don't need anything outside of yourself in order to give birth. And when we come back to that place and can see the truth in that and see how interventions can really be used as a way to support families if needed, but they aren't required for everyone, I think that can really help relieve a lot of anxiety. So we talk about that, and then we go deep into different emotional preparation tools specifically to help them navigate it. I went back in it for a little bit and then I took another pause. Midwifery is hard work when you have small children. I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I also have a 6-year-old. So when my 6-year-old was 1, I did an in-depth apprenticeship at a home birth practice and then a birth center for 2 years. I took a break after 2 years and got pregnant with my second. And I've just been focusing on coaching clients and teaching in-person classes in my community, which has been fun.